Hello, everyone. Hope you are well on this Wednesday afternoon. It is July 17th, and I believe they're going to try it again. I'll get to that in a moment. They said it was going to be like down in the 80s here, and rain and clouds, but about 99 right now. So maybe it's tomorrow. Who knows? But 99 with humidity. And yeah, I'm again, I'm not gonna wear the hat, and I can get more graphic about what it does to articles of clothing sticking to your skin and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, but I know a lot of the country's hot, so I think they're gonna try again, and I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. Y'all know I'm wrong at times, but before I get to that, a couple things. People are angry out there, and I'm seeing it act out in certain ways. And in certain ways, I can sense that people are keeping it under wraps. They're keeping it under their breath. I'm seeing that in different areas. Okay, in the community, I just am. But I think a lot of people are just flat out angry on all sides of issues. Left, right, up, down, evil, good, pissed off too. By the way, I have a good passage I'm going to share with you. I'm going to go Old Testament again, so stay tuned for that. But back to angry. I witnessed some road rage earlier today. It was going on in front of me. Now I'm on a 2-lane rural road out in the country, going to see a client. Probably the client that we have the furthest out. So I have to drive away to see him. So I'm just driving along, bopping out in the country, and I see some road rage. So this is a 2-lane road now, and it's curvy, and you just can't pass. You don't pass on these roads, especially in this stretch. And in front of me, I see a SUV pass a van, like a work van. It looked like it'd been used to work for a long time. Okay. But it was a white, plain van. All right. By the way, whenever I see those and I don't see windows and I don't see ladders and I don't see paint, I have to admit, I'm a little suspicious. Like, what's going on? What's going on? This day and time, it's the way my mind works. Okay. Anyway, unmarked, So this SUV gets over to the left into the oncoming lane to pass this van. The van wasn't going that slow. I mean, it's going a little slow, but and the van speeds up to prevent the guy from passing him. Now, I don't think I've seen that in a while. You're supposed to actually slow down a little bit and let the idiot pass you, right? That way you might save your life and his life. Because we don't know what's coming around the curve. I'm backing off at this point. I'm not real close to them, but I'm backing off anyway. I'm like, holy Jesus. And thankfully, thank God, no vehicle was coming in our direction, coming towards us. But this white van floors it, apparently. I mean, it does, floors it, and this SUV has to floor it to barely get around them. And during all of it, the guy driving the white van has his arm out the window, giving the 1-finger salute, and just fist pumping, shaking his fist. I was just waiting on a tool to come out. I really was. I'm like, man, the world has gone nuts. And the SUV finally got around him. And then the really dumb thing is, like, a mile later, not even a mile later, the SUV makes a turn into wherever they were going. I mean, didn't have to take that kind of chance. You risk life for saving 30 seconds. I don't know, maybe even 10 seconds. Anyway, be careful out there. Luckily, nothing happened. I was just waiting. The van kept going. Thankfully, it didn't follow the SUV. Thankfully, but be careful out there on the roads. Mrs. Dawg has to travel interstates 3 days a week and tells me the horror stories. And I'm lucky I don't have to do that kind of ride, but I know many of you do. Even if you're on a 2-lane rural road, country road, you have to be careful. You have to look out. Craziness happens everywhere now. So be careful on the roads. It's like dang Mad Max out there, the road warriors. Anyway, I just had to vent on that. The Secret Service, now there's more information flying out, of course, about the assassination attempt and the shooter. The powers that be know everything about the shooter. You know, that's nonsense. This is all nonsense. But more information is coming out. Honestly, it's hard to keep up with, and at this point, I'm finding it hard to be interested in it anymore. As far as the stuff that's coming out now, because I don't know what to believe. You don't know what to believe, and we may never know the real truth. The bottom line to me is an attempt was made. The Secret Service needs new leadership, like ASAP. If I were president, that person would be gone already, fired. Probably wouldn't have been in that position to begin with if I'm in charge. Get an adult in the room and fix it, and get some real agents out there. Now, I'm not against women being in the Secret Service at all, but they must be qualified. These ladies look like they didn't know how to handle a weapon at all. Like Johnny out there with his toy holster and all knows more. You know, it's the way it looked, at least. I mean, gee, it looked bad. It looked bad. But I'm not against women being in there. Number one, they need to be qualified. Number two, they need to have the physical requirements. Because if the president is over 6 foot, I don't know, what is he, 6'3"? Trump, I think he's about at least 6'2", 6'3". He may be taller than that. I don't know. They need to have somebody, I don't care if it's male or female, to be able to cover this guy physically. That's what they do. That's what you do. You got to be able to screen the president. So that's my thing. That's my thing. One of the female agents looked like she knew what she was doing, but she was too short to fully cover Trump. That's the way it looked to me. So that's my thoughts on that. They've tried. Another thing is the bottom line is they've tried to take him out. I would say there's a very good likelihood that they're going to try again. It'll probably be in a different way. There's a lot of ways. They may be try to get creative this time. I mean, like really creative. My concern is somebody on the inside, maybe even somebody in the Secret Service or one of these people that get close physically, you know, that they have somebody close enough to try again. Heaven forbid. But that's my concern. I think there's a very good likelihood that they're going to try again. I think there's a very good likelihood that Biden is going to be, not going to be the nominee on the Democrat side. I could be totally off on that too, I know, but I think there's a better than 75%, about a 75% chance, I would estimate, that Biden's not going to be running for re-election. He may finish the term, but I don't know. There's mounting pressure on that. But again, that's just another thought that I had today. But I think they're going to try again. I really do. I mean, they tried once. Why not try again? 3 times. Right? You know? I'm sure they have a plan B and a C. But we'll never know all the details. We will never know the real truth about all this, how it went down. I mean, it does look like, I still refuse to believe that this 20-year-old kid did all this on his own. No. No. They had to be more involved. But we'll, who knows how deep it goes. I'm sure it goes deep, y'all. But and that's the concerning part. I'm going to go to a passage. But I believe a lot of people are angry. I think we need to be just really careful how we conduct ourselves out there. Go about your business, walk with a purpose. Don't look afraid, but do the things you need to do out there. All right, that is my thing. Now we're going to a passage. We're going Old Testament, Deuteronomy. Well, where am I? I think I'm in Deuteronomy. Thought I marked it. Yeah, we go. Deuteronomy. Let's see here. Chapter 31, verse 6 says, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or tremble at them. For the Lord your God is the one who goes with you. He will not fail you or forsake you." Amen. There's Satan is running around rampant right now, like a roaring lion. He really is. And I tell you, like no other time that we've seen, in my opinion. And the devils are out. And they're out in the open. They're not in the shadows anymore. They're not hiding it. But it says, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or tremble at them." I like that. Do not be afraid. Be strong. Be firm. But be kind when we can. Be kind, but be wise. And be strong. We can do that. We can do that. We can be the light too. We can be the example. But take no dog squeeze. Take no dog squeeze. All right? I hope that makes sense. That's just my thoughts for today right now. Share your thoughts. Let's continue to ramp up our preps and keep it rolling, because we don't know what tomorrow brings right now. We're like day to day, hour to hour, aren't we? So let's stay in prayer. Let's be safe. Stay close to Jesus. God bless you. I'll see you soon.